Tsume desu. And we're doing some KSP today because the patch came out and now it might be playable. So we're going to ignore all of this nonsense and we're just going to make a new one because, well, the other ones are broken. So we're just going to move on. We'll just call this Stream First Patch. Helps if I can type. Because there's a good possibility that somewhere along the lines we get another patch that makes me want to restart. It would not be the first time in this game series where I've had to restart frequently. No first time user experience. We know how to play. So, yeah, let's go. I have a couple of ideas of things to do today. One of which is inspired off a picture I saw on the Reddit. I saw someone attempted to make an F-302, which, for those of you who don't know your sci-fi shows, is the fancy fighter jet from Stargate, SG-1. Let's go to the VAB. So yeah, there's been performance overhauls and some other things to help get the game running a little bit better. Give me 1 second here. So the game should run significantly better than it did last time we tried this. And hopefully I can actually build things and have my face on screen. That would be nice. There we go. Tweeting a lot this morning, so make sure that the stream is still advertised. So yeah, we're gonna start attempting to make an F-302 because the one I saw on the Reddit, while he built one, his big issue with it was it wouldn't fly. So I'd love an inline two-seater, but I don't think we have. Well, this is an inline two-seater, which is what the 302 was. Yeah, because the F-302s were inline two-seaters. So this is what they were. Now, we're going to need an adapter, because we need to convert this down to the proper front piece. I think adapters are in structure, if I can find it. Structures, I need a shape change. Is there... Not quite what I'm looking at, or looking for here. Is there like a fuel tank version? This looks kind of like what we want. Yeah. And then we need a nose cone. Actually, we need to go smaller. And we also need avionics. So we're gonna need... We need one of these on the front. But, yeah, that don't exactly fit. Also, this is a little... This is bigger than what we're intending. We're gonna make ours a one-seater, I think. I know the actual was a inline 2, but we just don't have a cockpit of the right shape to do what I'm trying to do here. I think this is technically the most accurate we're gonna get, which does mean we're not gonna have a proper flight computer. Oh. Actually, it's the wrong... See, this is more like what we're looking for, but 2 of these. Thinking maybe we do this. Give me this back. We don't want that. We want a... We want that, but we need to stick it on something, because that is too big. Or the size difference is too much. So we need a proper cone. If I can find one. Well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it does work. And they fixed... Yeah, they fixed the camera scroll with the mouse wheel. That's so much better. Okay. So that's our base. That's our core. It's a little sharp, but honestly, that's fine. We're gonna need... it is a jet, but it's also a spacecraft. So we're gonna need a little bit of methalox. Honestly, I'd like more, but I don't know if I have a... I don't want to make it too long. That's just too much ship. Let's see. We might be able to sneak some of these in to give us more oxygen. Hide some small tanks around. Then we are going to need some normal oxygen engines. Should turn on the weight and lift as well. Hey, you know what? I feel like I'm making this slightly wrong. But we are making it functional, so there is that. Alright, which of these front scoops gets the most air? The least amount of issues. I think it's honestly these guys. Alright, and then for our engines, we want the... I think it's... Whiplash is the crazy good one, or was it... Yeah, Whiplash. 2 Whiplash engines. And then we do want a small... space engine. Honestly, not sure if this is going to be enough oomph to go where we're going, but, you know. There we go. That is more accurate. Hide empty. Also, give me my math. And this is just because this stuff still is a little glitchy, so we're still using the mod for the stage info to give me just a little bit more info on what we're doing. Alright, now it did have interesting wings. Okay, those are higher than I'd like. That is more precisely what we wanted. Oh, I didn't mean to grab them. Okay, they went back where I wanted. All right, there we go. All right, wingspan, nice and short. Make these equal length. These are our control surfaces. Beautiful. And then we need 2 sloped forwardy wings duct taped on either side of these. So they go forward. They also pitch down. We'll deal with the down in a second. Almost like a bird of prey kind of setup. This is more looking like a bird of prey than it is the F302, but I think it'll function like the F302, and that's the important bit. We are going to shorten these, because I do want them for the extra control, but we don't need them for much else. Right there. Okay. Now, our problem is our wing, or our lift to mass is a little off. We can fix that by simply sliding this back till it lines up a little better. Like so. It's a little on the low side as well, so we'll lift the wings. Honestly, I'm tempted to make the whole back a giant wing, like across the top here. And just cap the whole thing with wing. That might not be a bad idea. Give me you. I like the way you're shaped, but what we're gonna do here is we're actually going to flatten these out. Lift them up and bring them together. On the top here. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to grab them. Alright, let's fix that. Okay, and then we're gonna make them wider. We'll deal with the fact that they've extended themselves up in a second. Like so. And then we take these and we slap them back on the sides. Why do they seem sloped here? You shouldn't be sloped. Your angle should be perfect. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I'll just adjust it. It's easier than trying to fiddle with that thing. There we go. That's what we're going for. A little more down. Yeah, that's the look. And honestly, it's not that bad of a lift to mass. I didn't mean to do that. A little bit of fine-tuning. Perfect. A little bit of clipping, but it's functional, and that's what matters. Okay, now we need some wheels. So let's get some wheels on this thing. And then the second set of wheels should be right in line with the center of mass, give or take a little bit. Actually, we might want to put these out here. To keep the craft off the ground just a little bit more. There we go. It should lean back naturally. We're a little tight on the thrust to weight with the jet engines, but that's okay. It's a jet. It's meant to be like that. And then thrust to weight with the... Oh yeah, with the rocket engine is amazing. F302. Save this as our SG1 workspace. Oh, that's just a top-down view. Huh. Interesting. Okay, we should have a functional aircraft now. So let's go ahead and put our favorite test pilot in. And give it a shot. See how this works. Whoa! Okay, it leans back a bit more than I thought it would. We might want to lift that front landing gear up just a tad. But let's see if it flies as we've built it. Because, you know, ground problems aside... Oh. No. Okay. Okay, so we ran into a couple of different problems during that attempt. So, first of all, game is not optimized enough to run the game and my face at the same time. So that's okay. We will simply have me disappear for today. This is fine. Just because game needs another optimization pass or 7. That's fine. It's still an early access game. This is totally normal. I play way more broken games than this. This is fine. Okay, so there we go. We're back into the game. Minus me now, because that should help the game run a little bit better. So first of all, our angle is awful. So, start by lifting this. And try that again. Whoa! Okay, we still want to lean back heavily, but it's way more stable. We need to tilt these wings down more. We have plenty of room, and they should be farther down. Alright, hold on. Back to the VAB. We have plenty of ground clearance. I do want to raise that front gear just a little bit more. In fact, we're going to move it forward as well. These are tests you can't really do in the VAB. You really do got to put it on the runway to see how it sits. I do wish there was a show ground option in here where it would show me what it sits like before I put it out there. Okay, we're gonna position that forward a bit more, just a tad bit more up. Should be fine. Then we're gonna take these side wings and we're gonna pitch them down even more. Pitch these back up to the normal vertical position of proper gear. Toss down another save. And try it again. Alright, SAS off, first of all, because this thing will freak out otherwise. We barely have clearance on those wings. We might need to pitch those up. Well, let's give it a shot. We do not have clearance, I don't think, because we are slow to start. Okay, back to the VAB. We need to pitch those wings up just a tad. They're a little too low now. Should also check our weight and lift positionings, just to be sure. And just one notch up, one notch down. Lift and mass are perfectly balanced. Wheels are a tad behind mass. That should be a little better. A little more balanced. There's a lot of fiddling when it comes to aircraft. Making sure your wheels are positioned correctly, your mass is balanced well. I think I might want to actually put those wheels farther back in the rear ones. I don't know why we zoomed in so far there. Alright. Yeah, we'll probably slide these wheels back, honestly, because it does want to pitch back heavily. But for now, SAS off. Thrust on. Whoa! Okay. We're a little unbalanced. You know, I think I have an idea that might help with this. Help with stability. Because there is no stabilizer on this. So if we go in here and we turn off those control surfaces, just make those stock wings. The only control surfaces are back here now. Then we are going to mass and lift, thanks. We're taking these, we're shifting them way to the back. That should help with the back end wanting to sink so much. Might be a little hard to lift off though, so we're actually gonna... Not quite so far. That should be a little better. Alright. Now, what we can do is add a couple of stabilizers in a unique fashion. First of all, make sure they're perfectly straight up and down. And then we'll hide them. It will look the part. Without being so unstable. Just don't worry about that. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Maybe. That's maybe fine. We're gonna make this the Tech 2 version. I guess, sure. Alright, whatever. Let's see if this helps. Alright, we didn't immediately try to pitch backwards like crazy. SAS off. We're not veering like crazy this time. Well, I mean, we're still turning, but that's kind of normal for this game. We're flying. We're flying this thing. It's a little unstable and really wants to be upside down. That's okay. I can still fly it. So we have one problem. It really wants to be upside down. And does not want to flip back over once it's like this. So I think our center of lift is a little too high. It's okay, we can drop the wings down inside. We'll have to change the angle to make things work, but it is an aircraft, technically. Nope, doesn't want to let me turn back over. This is fine. I just want to see if I have enough engine to do what I'm trying to do here. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons because I'm upside down. Oh, it's turning weirdly. Oh? Alright, SAS is not our friend. That is what we're learning. Okay, it's a little weird to fly. I will give it that, but it flies. Wow, that did not last long. Why is it spinning? I mean, we did build a really strange contraption, I will give it that. So this is totally reasonable if you think about what we've built here. I mean, it does sort of fly, though. It just wants to spin a lot. And I'm not really sure why. I'm sure there's something wrong with what I've set up here. Alright. Back to the VAB. Can I get this thing to at least lift off properly? I would like to get it to fly right side up. That is... I would like to give it one more shot. I mean, somebody flew a lawnmower. You can fly anything with enough determination. Okay. Let's see if that helps keep this thing stable. We might have some ground clipping. Yeah, the wingtips are on the ground again. Alright, let's pop back into the VAB and tilt the wings up just a tad so we have proper clearance. Otherwise, we're definitely not getting off the floor. Like so. Save it. Oh, now we're a little forward facing. Okay, let's lower that front landing gear back down so we're level again. Level or pitching up slightly. Those are the two positions you want your aircraft. You do not want pitching down when landed. That's bad. Level is preferred because it's the easiest to take... Well, technically, pitching up is the easiest to take off. Level is preferred because it's the most versatile in dealing with adverse situations where you maybe can't land on a perfectly flat surface. like a runway. Because those things happen in, you know, various aviation environments. Okay. So let's see if this flies a little better. Come on. Well, it's way more stable. It doesn't want to be upside down now. It's maybe not quite a fighter jet like we'd want it to be, but it is a functioning aircraft. Properly this time. It's flying right side up. I've actually got control over my roll. Pitch feels good. We don't really have enough space fuel to do anything up there, but we can do a little bit of a burn. Oh, no, it's flipping again. Why is it flipping? Oh, why do those stick out the bottom now? I didn't do that before. Well, it was flying okay. Oh, now it's better again. Odd. Something about steep angles it doesn't like. Yeah, every time I try to pull up, it wants to roll now. Well, alright then. I guess we're not gonna go up. We're just gonna do every other position possible. Alright, well, I mean, it sort of worked. Ridiculous, stupid build done. It flew. Not well, but it flew. That would require, that's a lot more tweaking. Why do you clip through the bottom now? That's better. That's where you belong. Alright. Save that. I'll tinker with that. Maybe I'll post a video of me getting this thing working. It's a dumb idea. It's a stupid plane shape. Like, sloped forward wings with just aerodynamics is not a smart plane design by any regard. It's sci-fi, but practical it is not. So let's make something a little more practical, because I'd like to legitimately go to Lathe today. Well, maybe not Lathe. We could go to... Well, Eve's even worse for water. Because Lathe does have a proper breathable atmosphere. So I'd like to put a plane on Lathe now that we've had our first performance and functionality pass. So let's get us a proper cockpit. We'll throw a remote guidance thing on the back. I don't know so much about getting home from this trip. This might be a one-way. Because I just don't know if I can build something that can go out and back just yet. That being said, in the long run, we won't have to worry about this because we can refuel while we're there eventually when the full game comes out. Why am I putting methalox on this thing? We don't want methalox, we want methane. This is a plane first. Actually, it's a plane only. I need a cargo thingy. Small one will do. There we go. Because in here is where I can stick a bunch of extra goodies, like electrical things. A couple of, those are too big. A couple of small batteries. And by a couple, I mean a lot. Throw some RCS in here. I want a little bit more than that. We need less batteries, more mono. Perfect. A little bit of clipping, never hurt anybody. Yeah, perfect. Then we'll slap some solar panels on this thing. Actually, you know, it's probably smarter. Just tuck some generators in here. Perfect. Close the cargo bay. It's doing its job. We do need a... I'm a little annoyed there's no dual engine methane only tank. The only one that exists is this one. And it's got oxidizer in it, which is not what we need. Let's just take that out. It's just extra weight we don't need. It seems a little long, honestly. That seems a little more reasonable. We're going to use these engines because they are the most efficient at what we're trying to do. We're going to need some intakes. Now, these are the best intakes, but they require the front to be exposed. We could move our engines out to here and have two cylindrical, but that would make the plane significantly larger. 0.01, 0.25, yeah, so much better. There's no, like... Yeah, these are the worst. But they are compact. There we go. We'll adjust these just a tad. Get the angle right. Perfect. Some intakes, nice engines, good amount of fuel, maybe not the most fuel in the world, but no Delta V, apparently, according to this. This is why we use this. Yeah, lots of Delta V, very high thrust to weight. Let's give this thing some wings. Couple of stabilizers. Yep, default config should be fine for those. For the wings, however, we do want all of this. We're gonna do nice, very sloped wings with a nice 25. Make them longer. Like so. Nice delta shape. Try to get the back perfectly flat. Like so. That's better. Nice sharp delta. Full span. Shorten the length. And we only want that with pitch and roll, right? Because then the back does the left-right. Can I do advanced settings like that? Yeah. No, yeah. Fantastic. And how about these? Advanced controls. I just want you to do yaw. Alright, cool. Now our control surfaces will only mess with the stuff that's relevant for them. Our weight's a little far ahead of our wings. Just try to bring these in line. Beautiful. Because we are going to add more weight in the back, so that should... Actually, we want it to be a little bit... There we go. Put the lift slightly behind the weight, because we're about to add more weight with the wheels. And we're adding double the weight from the front on the back, because one up here, but two in the rear. Like so. And that should... Yep, we look balanced. Wings are a tad high. Give it a nudge down, maybe 2. That looks more in line with things. Nice and balanced. Bill and Val, you guys are up as always. What do we want to call this? Space Jet 1, that'll work. Now, we're gonna have to stick this on a rocket eventually, but for now, we need to see if it works. Because if it works here on Kerbin, it should fly just fine on Lathe. Okay, we are a little pitched back. We can fix that. It's just going to make takeoff a little easier, being pitched back for this first attempt. Okay. Something is not balanced right. We did not want to pitch up. We turned when I tried to pitch up. That is not good. All right. First of all, you are too much longer than the ones in the back. That should balance that out. Bring these a little more forward. Give us a better pitch location. Let's try that again. Whoa. Okay. Maybe a little too far forward on the landing gear. Oh, it still wants to nose down for some reason. Alright. We need to move the wings slightly more forward because we're nosing down a little too much. It's also wanting to turn and spin, and I'm not sure why. Now, that looks off to me, but it keeps wanting to nose down, so... Gotta give it a shot. That'll help with the weird angles as well. Like, these are perfectly straight. They look straight anyways. Tilt the angle back. Make them sharper. Maybe a little too sharp. There we go. See if that helps with stability as well. Alright. We're not nearly as tilted back this time. That's good. What is happening? Why is it wanting to twist? I don't understand. It's twisting and turning to the side. I'm not sure what's causing it. I have had this problem with multiple aircraft now, where they want to veer and everything is lined up, and I don't understand why it's veering. It's perfectly symmetrical. Everything is in a straight line. Okay. I mean, I can make the wings bigger. Would put more mass back here. Let me just change the angle slightly to get them squared again. Like so. Step 1, get this plane working. It did it again! What is happening? Why is it twisting? Okay. Start with that. We'll try this style. It's a little more like our, like the, Blackbird I tried to build. Which did fly rather well, so in theory this should work. The only issue that aircraft had was it was very heavy. Refuses to get off the floor, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. It won't pitch up. All right. Let's see here. Closer to the center of mass. Whoa. Really wants to tilt back. Why is tilting, pushing W, making my nose go up? Why are my controls inverted? Like, and not the right kind of inverted. Up is up. That's not right. Is that been the problem this whole time? Have my controls just been wrong? Alright, hold on. Oh, this doesn't pause the game. Okay. Hold on, did they invert flight controls? Is that what's happening to me? Okay. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so yeah, the controls got changed. Why is it's an aircraft? Why is it not inverted? All right, now I have to go try the other plane and see if that was my problem. Well, that one also didn't fly very well, but we're gonna try moving the wheels back again after this. Make sure to not look at the KSC. That thing is laggy. But yeah, there we go. We now have a functioning aircraft. Oh, wobbly. Alright, turn off SAS. Get us stable before we turn that thing back on. We need to move faster is the problem. This is a built to go fast kind of jet. Apparently there's a way to set trim. I saw somebody talking about it, but I don't remember what buttons they talked about now. Translate, max throttle. Don't see a button for it. Alright, turn off SAS again because it's being dumb. Hold. Perfect. Look at that, we're actually doing it. Functioning plane. It's gotta fly with the nose up a little bit, but it's working. Maybe not the fastest aircraft I've built so far, but highly functional. Okay, well, now that we've done that, back to the VAP. Because that proves that the plane actually works and my controls were just backwards. Which, I don't understand how that happened, but whatever. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna slide these back. Alright. Now we're gonna try this one more time with proper landing gear. Oh, that's so much more control. Okay, we found our problem. It was the controls were messed up. And I found the trim button. It's holding Alt. Look at that. It's working beautifully now. Bring that back online. Beautiful. Balance the trim, and we're good. We have a flight. Now, this only works in atmosphere, but now we just gotta get it somewhere. There we go. Keep us on trajectory here. Nice and stable. We're testing just how far we can push this thing. Now, I know from prior tests that around 15 kilometers is where the air stops being enough to keep these engines running properly, even with this much intake air. So we are quickly approaching our upper limits for transit flight. Try to get our vertical speed to its perfect 0 here. Oh, it's real loose up here. There's not enough air to keep this thing steady. But we are flying, and that's the important bit. Requires a lot of stabilization, though. But we're up here, and we're traveling. This is a functional plane. Now we need to put it on a rocket. Full controls and high altitude flight confirmed. We can put this wherever we need to put it now. We just need to get it to its destination. Okay, retract all the gear. Okay. Now, I want to test real fast. What orientation is this on the launch pad? This is the wrong orientation. I need to go right 90 degrees. Because I want to have this plane shaped as it leaves. I don't want to have to twist. Beautiful. Okay, so that's the orientation we need. This is the way we're going to be looking at it on the launch pad. So we build everything so that it tilts that way. First things first, we need a nice big... Well, actually, we need to build our interstellar stage first. So we're going to need a nice, big, beefy tank. It's actually quite a lot. We're going to need a decoupler. Okay, like so. Pop this out so we can see things. It's not giving me any values. That is fine. Why is this giving me zeros? Okay. Big old beefy hydrogen engine. $13,000 versus 14. So it's actually more delta V and a better thrust to weight ratio. Now, yeah, our mass calculation. That is our current problem. Whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. It's a little off center. Actually, it's gonna be a lot off center. Better idea. Where are the fairings? How do I snap this together? Not like that, obviously. That is not at all where that should go. Alright, things are really glitching out here. I can't even get rid of things. Okay, let's try that again. It wants to be way up there for some reason, and that is not at all where we want it. Okay. Now will it let me put a decoupler on that? Or do I need another vertical piece? Just try putting a thing on it. Yeah, it likes that one, so I need one here. There we go. Bam! All that just so I can do that. Now, we need a fairing that goes with that. absolutely massive fairing. The whole plane's inside now. All of that explodes simultaneously. Actually, no. I want the fairing to go away sooner. But when we detach both of these, I want it to just completely disconnect from all of it and fly away. Actually, we don't even need this bottom one to disconnect. We just need this one to disconnect, don't we? We might as well split it in 3 parts. Okay. So, now we need our actual interplanetary section. $2,000 Delta V. Now, we are trying to go to Lathe. And we don't need to worry about heating, so we can just hit the atmosphere. It'll be tight with 2,000. That being said, 4,000 is so much more ISP. The only downside with Xenon is the sheer amount of it we're gonna have to take to get anywhere. Yeah, it's got a ton of specific impulse, but it's gonna take forever to get there. Can I just put a ball on this? Would that work? It is more Delta V. Alright, that is 3,000 Delta V. If we get the rotation right, that we come up alongside Lathe instead of coming against it, we should be able to coast in. Okay, now comes the small problem. This whole thing needs to move up. Because I can't see. You know, we're gonna stick this thing at the roof, and then we'll bring it back down. Just go all the way up here, 'cause then I don't gotta worry about it. Okay. Yeah, this is broken, but it's fine. Oh, and it's in a vacuum. Oh, right, because this whole thing's going to be in a vacuum. That's 13,000 Delta V. Okay, hold on. How much is just the ball? That's 2,000. And this? 1,300. But combined is Again, it keeps defaulting to Atmos. We don't want Atmos. 11,000 Delta V with the ball. And with just one of these tanks, 5,000. Oh, and well over my thrust to weight to get that where I want to go. 5,000 Delta V and a positive thrust to weight ratio. And our thrust to mass is straight in line, which is absolutely perfect. Now, one thing we do want to do... It's not what I wanted at all. Make that go away. I need to be able to see inside. Because we're going to need some structure clamps. Make sure this damn thing stays together. Just an absolute ton of these things to keep it stable. Because we're into a segment where things can get a little wonky. Alright, that's broken, but that's fine. As long as it stops freaking out. Alright, so then we have this segment, which we then need to stack separate. And then I think we're going to fairing the whole thing down here just to make it cleaner. But I didn't say done. Is this even gonna let me finish it like this? Collides. Alright, no fairing. That's just exposed. That's fine. Those go together. That pops off after the engine is firing. In fact, that should pop. If this engine is firing, this should come off. This whole thing should just eject. Then this flies apart when we're already on our descent trajectory and will bring us into Atmos. Then we're gonna need to get this giant contraption off the ground. Now it's heavy, so we're gonna need a lot of oomph. So we're gonna need some extra large methylox and a good oomph engine. Sustainer's not bad. How's that for... vacuum? Not great. Okay. Maybe not a rhino. Single mammoth should be enough. That's 3,000 Delta V. That's actually a lot. That's well, that's in vacuum. In Atmos, that's still a lot. With a good thrust to weight ratio. It's positive, which is, you know, good. We could then build an even bigger stage underneath. You know what? I think I might. I hate that those don't match up. Then under this, we'll build yet a bigger stage. You know what, actually? Give me you. And you. Give me a large. And let's drop to a large tank up here. 2 of them, actually. That decouples and fires. Stage 3 is in vacuum. Stage 2 is in Atmos. It's not wanting to display here. There we go. Okay, figured out what was causing the problem. Okay, so this bottom stage still has a ton. It's actually a much better thrust to weight as well because it's got a smaller amount of fuel to move around. Then we've got a big boy section down here. Where we're gonna put just an absolute ton of thrust. So that's not going to be enough. But if I get this thing to work with me here. Where's our plane facing? Plane tilts that way. It's still not enough thrust anyways. There we go. 4 of them. And we'll just kind of flip those together a little bit better. There we go. Cluster of 4. Gives us a much higher thrust to weight with a great delta V. And then we're going to want to go this way, so let's get us some radials. I just want 2 of them. Like so. And we'll strap some solids on it. And we'll grab this whole thing and bring it down to a more reasonable height. Beautiful. Those fire together. Then that does nothing. Yeah, so these fire, then they fall off the solids as we go. That's the big solids. Oh no, there's a bigger one. Yeah, we're having to go bigger. It's not enough thrust. Yeah, that's the big boy. 1.8 and 1.8. Alright, well. These aren't adding a whole lot. Maybe if I add more. I mean, this number says it's higher and closer to this number. And it doesn't have to get me the whole way. Because once we're up, like, we're good. Then we're off on the hydrogen anyways. In fact, we might be overkilling it with these. I might be able to just do it with this. In fact, I think I'm pretty much guaranteed to pull it off with this. Because this stage alone does most of the low Kerbal orbit launch while in Atmos. Then this stage does the remaining Kerbal orbit with room to breathe. And then we have way more delta V than we need for the whole rest of the Joule connection. Now, the one problem is we're probably going to have to wait for Joule to actually, you know, be somewhere we can work with. Zoom out so I can see better here. Bring this sucker all the way back down. Maybe to there. It's a little too low. Just off the pad. It's a very big stick. Now, we do need more structure. So 8 times. There's no such thing as enough connections in this game right now. Stupid wobbly rockets. Just strut this sucker till the end of time. Beautiful. Now, we do have a tendency to get very wonky. So we're going to add some nice big fins to the bottom. And I do mean big. There we go. Giant lawn dart. That help keep us stable. Where is... There it is, the clamps. Alright, the clamps go when the engines fire. Then this decouples. Which fires this engine. That should put us in orbit with room to breathe. Then this decouples, we lose the fairing, and this engine fires, sending us on our way. And then once we're into a lathe descent, we'll just detach the rest of it and use the airplane for the rest. And then try to find a place to land. I think that should be a good mission. And this actually should be viable for anything with an atmosphere as well. Because if we can make it all the way out to lathe with this contraption, we should have no problem getting basically anywhere we want to go. You know what? One thing I never added? Actual RCS ports. You know, that'd probably be nice on this thing that has RCS. Where are they? Here they are. some there. And some down here. Beautiful. Now that should give us some RCS control up in space. Not a ton, but we don't need a ton, honestly. We just need some. And we already have a stabilizer on board. We have generators in there, lots of batteries, and a huge rocket. Let's give it its first test flight. God, look at the size of this thing. This is an absolutely massive unit of a rocket. But hey, that's how you get the lathe, so... Okay, now, small problem. Lathe is not in our flight window right now. We need it over here, relative to us. Like, we need to be here, and it needs to be about here, kind of thing. That being said, yeah, we're a little off. So we're going to vert to VAB. And we're going to make a wait for time to pass. Actually, I don't think we need to make a craft for that anymore. I think we can just do that now. I think they fixed the persistence of that. So if we go to the... I can't go straight to the tracking station from here. There we go. Sure, Tylo works. Just keep it on the... where I can see it. And we're just gonna wait for our transfer window. Should be right about there. That might be a little off, but it's close enough. We don't need it to be perfect, we just gotta be close enough to make it work. Oh, is this a night launch too? Alright, we can wait one more half a day here to get the sun to come up. Beautiful. Sunrise. Alright, here we go. A proper lathe mission with a proper rocket. The game lied to me. I do not have enough thrust. To the map! Look, I have plenty of thrust to weight. Is it because they're clipping? Is that the problem? Is that better? Will that appease you, game? You wanna ever let me zoom back out? Thank you. Is that better for you, game? It's not the most aerodynamic of things, but if it'll function, and that's all that really matters. Let's try that again. There we go. Kind of veering slightly. Not really sure why. Back to launch. This is the problem with these rockets. They're wobbly for no reason, in ways that don't make any sense. I put a fairing on it. The fairing should make everything up there perfectly aerodynamic, not make it turn. Everything's perfectly symmetrical. I just lost 2 engines. Okay, to the VAP. I don't know why we just lost 2 engines, but they just fell off. You know what? Forget the clamps. Just rest this thing on the launch pad. It's turning. Look at it bend. With all those struts, it's still bending. I hate that these things are so wobbly. There's no reason for it. We're going to strut this thing so much that it can't possibly move. More struts! Look how many struts are on this thing. This is ridiculous. Okay, I have now added a lot more struts. If it still decides to wobble for no reason, I don't know what to do with it. Because I have added a ton of support to this thing now. It's wobbling on the launch pad. You can still see the wobble. I hate it. Like, it's getting to the point where I'm about to change the config file to just make strength 1 billion so they stop wobbling. Because it's just frustrating. Trajectory's a little off, but whatever. No. Why are you falling? Oh my god. And there goes a wing randomly. I don't even know what's happening because the game keeps freezing now. Yeah, the wings are just falling off. And now it exploded. Oh my god, the game is just completely frozen up on us. Yeah, it just evaporated itself. We have added so many struts to this thing, and I cannot get it to stop wobbling. Love that they show rockets in, like, the preview that don't have these giant fins, but nobody who's playing this game can build a rocket that works without giant fins. Like, we can't build these things because of the way the config file's set up. It's infuriating. Alright, let's see here. I do something like this. Then we sink them in. Then we attach the rockets there. In theory, that should give us more stability. But, you know, with this game, who knows? It might make it worse somehow. How this thing is bending so much. Okay. There we go. Oh, not 8, 4. There we go. Let's try this again, now with even more struts. Oh, that's laggy. But we're up. Just gotta get away from the KSC. And then our frame should come back. You know what, we're gonna do this hyper inefficient because it'll get me out of the atmosphere, which takes away the problems. Nope, it's still gonna spin out of control. And there's the game frozen again. It's bending for no reason. Once again, it is decided to turn. I'm not touching anything. There is no reason this rocket should turn. There is no reason in any sort of physics that it should be turning like this. Other than they've made the game files have bad numbers. Because having your rocket do this consistently and not be able to play is apparently fun, according to the devs. This is what we wanted. This is fun. This is entertainment. Launching the same rocket 400 times because we've decided to not make it act like an actual rocket in a rocket game. I love the KSP series. I really do. But this is just bad. What is happening right now? What is occurring? Why is this? What is happening? Okay, that one's back up here. Is this one just broken now? Yep, this one's just broken. Fantastic. That is exactly what I want to see. What is happening right now? Oh my god. Okay, at least this one loads properly. Like, it's above the ground. This is before we messed with the spacing. I still don't have a way to deal with the fact that it's just gonna turn randomly. I mean, I guess I can make it shorter. Throw that whole thing out. There we go. Don't know why that didn't want to work. Beautiful. Aerodynamics. We need some cones. We'll strut this all in a second. Yeah, now our thrust weight's too low. Too much weight. How about that? That's a positive number. Okay. Tighten that. Now we're gonna strut it to oblivion. Because apparently this is what you gotta do in this game now. I mean, even in KSP1, I didn't strut like this. This is insanity, what I'm having to do. In KSP1, I would maybe strut like 1 or 2 per part, and we'd be nice and rigid, and it was good to go. And that was good enough for me to get basically anywhere I wanted to go in the Kerbal system without much issue. Here, if I don't apply 3,000 struts to absolutely everything I do, it flies apart. Struts everywhere. Okay. I hope that's enough struts. Hopefully it's saved this time. We've made it shorter. Maybe they'll wobble less. Oh, it's loading really slow. Probably the 8 million struts we just told it to render. Alright, we have liftoff. We've been here before. Trick is, we gotta get away from the KSC so I can at least see what I'm doing because of the lag. KSC eats so many frames. So long just to get off the ground. The good news is we're stable, but we're also barely off the ground. This is just taking forever because of the frame rate. Come on, get away from the KSC. Oh, we got an extra frame. One whole extra frame a second. Oh, this is gonna be a slow burn, isn't it? And we're tilting. And we're tilting. Yay! This is fun. There's absolutely no reason we should be spinning. None at all. There was no input. There's no drag. I've got a fairing on the top. We're strutted up to the point where nothing should be moving. And here we are spinning. At 8 FPS. Okay. Come on, you can recover. Up is the direction we want to go. least I've got frame rate now, but yeah, we're not, it won't stay pointed up. Well, they lived. This is infuriating. That the rockets just don't work. Like, you cannot build a complicated multi-stage rocket in this game and have it actually fly. It just doesn't work. And where's my ship again? Oh my god, we're back to this. Okay, I'm going to call this game not yet worth your time. Because I'm running into constant bugs. We still can't make rockets that are more than 2 stages without them freaking out and flipping wildly in the lower atmosphere. Like, bottom atmosphere is fine. As soon as you get any real speed, which you kind of need speed to make a rocket, and get out anytime soon, it flips wildly, like it's being pulled down by the fairing. Like, fairings have extra drag or something. I don't understand what's happening. I'm out of ideas. I've tried everything I can think of to make this thing fly properly, and it just won't. So I'm just gonna stop for now and wait for another patch before I play this again. Because apparently the patch we got was not enough. We need another one. We need one that maybe reevaluates physics and makes it actually work like physics instead of whatever wobbly nonsense they've decided to put in here. I will say the physics in KSP1 were more reliable and easier to work with than KSP2. That's not a good sign, but that's where I'm at with it right now. I hope they do a lot more development and we get another patch soon. But until then, I'm just going to put this game down for a bit. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow for our Divinity stream. I might do something later. Probably not, since I got another concert in the morning. Stupid early. So, yeah, for now, I'm just going to wrap it there and go do something else for a bit. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!